Okay, I have here the ace of diamonds, clubs, hearts, and spades. Now, by approaching my hand very quickly, I'll remove the ink from each and every ace. Now, how can we restore the ace of spades, hearts, diamonds, and clubs? Well, I'm gonna try something a little bit different, but at the same time, a little slower. Okay? Now for this, watch very carefully. By waving the fingers, the ink comes back. I have the hearts, the spades, the diamonds, and the clubs. Alright, so in this video I will explain the 5 different counts that I use in this performance. I will not go through the performance, I will not explain the performance. If you want to know how I did it, just go to this video footnote on the link number 1 and I will explain the way I did it in this video and the way it should be actually done. Okay, so this video I will explain and go through in detail for 5 different counts. Now you watch very carefully in the performance. I begin by doing the Orion count, then I did a color change or a Vanish. If you want to know how it's done, just go to the video footnote as well in the link number 2. Now the next, you have the keiss count. I will not recommend to do the keiss count in this performance. I will explain why in the other video. Then I did the PT frustration count. The keiss count and the PT frustration count, those are not suitable for this performance. Then I execute the frustration count. I always try to avoid the frustration count because I don't really like the way it looks. In this particular instance, I guess it is justifiable because all cards are blank. So there is not actually an origin to follow, like it is a back and showing the face. Sometimes some counts may work better in some situations than in other ones. Now for example, if I do the frustration count just to show the back, all these cards are blue except the last one. If I want to show the back, well, in this instance it becomes more obvious than the way you watch it in the performance. Then I did a color change, which is the same one as the other one. Again, just go to this video footnote on the link number 2 and I will explain that. And lastly, I did the Rumba count. The Rumba count is the best count. My humble opinion, I think, is the most realistic from all other ones, but it's always depending on the situation. Now I will go through all the counts that I did in the same sequence as I executed in the performance. The Orion count, and notice I have the pile in mechanics grid and I'm trying to conceal the color of the other ones. Usually if I'm trying to conceal the backs, I try the spectator to be more focused on the faces, no really on the backs. And to execute the Orion count, notice I have a mechanics grid. The index finger is on the short side of the pile, second, third, and fourth finger on the long side, and the thumb and this other side resting. Then I just stretching this index finger right here on the corner, just a bit. Then I place my other thumb in the opposite corner. Okay, so this is how it works. By pushing over here with a thumb, I'm spinning just 90 degrees, and then the index finger of this other hand is spin 90 degrees. And the middle finger of the same hand, it rotates the whole thing 180 degrees. So again, thumb, index, middle, thumb, index, middle. Okay, and that's it. That's all I'm doing. Now notice the thumb is contacting the back. It doesn't matter the way you begin, but it's always contacting one side, and then the index contacts the opposite side, and then the middle contacts again the other side as well. Each and every finger is contacting different sides. Obviously the middle finger over here is contacting the back, so as the thumb. And then when you're ready, just grab the top card, where in this case I'm trying to conceal the backs. So I'm going to begin by the faces, spin, and then grab the ace, and by grabbing the ace, you're still partially spinning the pack automatically, 90 degrees. And then you keep doing the same spin with the other hand, index and middle finger. Instead of using the thumb to make the spin by itself, just drag the card away from the pile. That's going to cause the rest of the cards to spin, and keep continuing the same motion as I just explained. And that's about it for this Orion count. Make sure they pay more attention to the opposite side, which is the side you are not trying to conceal, because subconsciously they're looking at the backs. Alright? So I think the Orion count fits very well on the performance you just watched, as any other count. Then I did the keiss count. The keiss count, just grabbing the corners to conceal the backs. Once again, let me explain. I'm grabbing these corners. The ones are by my side, not the ones are outside. The ones are by my side. I try to show the backs, and when you want to complete the spin without grabbing or without executing the count, just grab the opposite corner over here, because if you grab this corner, then that means you will peel off the top card. If you don't want to peel off anything, just grab the opposite corners. So you keep spinning without executing the count yet. Then when I'm ready, I'm gonna grab the same corners like here, the same corners from the same short side. Then I start executing the count. For this count, you have to be careful, because when you turn them over, you may end up spreading more. Okay, so just be careful. So I'm just dragging the top card, and the way to drag just one and not more than one card is by making pressure with the index and middle finger against the thumb. So when you peel off, you just peel off one, okay? And spin the whole pack, reach over here in the same corner, because I'm gonna peel off. If I don't wanna peel off any card, I grab the opposite corner instead of the same corner from the same side. Because if I don't want to peel off anything, I'm just grabbing the opposite ones. When I'm ready, I grab the same corner, and then I peel off the top one. Okay, and that's it. Now, this count, it may become kind of obvious for some performances. Now, if you want, you may execute this keiss count from the center of the long side instead of the corners. That decreases just a bit the motion of the spinning. Okay, and it's not really so natural counting, but it looks fancy. You know, at least you can execute it once. And that's it for a keiss count. Then the other one is the PT Flushtration count. If you want to show one of the cards, show the back, and change hand, show the back, and change hand, show the back. Now again, this count doesn't look really natural, but you may find out other more justifiable ways to make it look more subtle. Now I will present this other routine in which it may be a little bit more justifiable. I show the ace, each and every ace. Then this other one, I'm just showing. I'm not trying to make a point about the colors. After you finish, you may change places. Then you can talk about changing the colors. You put it in the back, then try to do a similar count. I'm actually showing all the backs this time. Now, how can we accomplish this count? Now, you want to conceal the backs, you need to place the thumb underneath, and then take or peel off just the top card. Again, just to ensure you're peeling off just the top card, you're making pressure with the middle finger against the thumb to peel off just one. So there is no more than one card coming off the side. Show the back, peel off the top card. Again, and transfer hand, show the back, and peel off the top card, and show the back. Okay. Now again, don't try to make a lot of emphasis on the backs, because that may cause the spectator to pay more attention. Now, one last time, explaining this PT Flushtration count. Just have the pile, okay, with the indifferent card all the way underneath to conceal it. Peel off the top. Now, just show the bottom, peel off the top, transfer hand, show the bottom, then peel off later. Show the bottom, peel off the top card, and show the bottom. Just do it at a decent speed. That may look kind of subtle just for once. Then the Flushtration count. I had middle and third finger on top, index above, and the thumb holding the cards against the middle and third finger. Show the bottom, right the top, show the bottom, right the top, bottom, top, and that's it. I think this is extremely obvious, but again, that's going to be up to you. You want to execute it. I think the way I did it in the performance, because they're all blanks apparently from both sides. That may even make it look a little better, but I always try to avoid it anyway. Next, the Rumba count. The Rumba count I think is my favorite count. Quite easy. It's like if you're grabbing that card from the top and just turn them over. But what I'm actually doing is putting my thumb all the way underneath and index and middle finger right above. Spin the whole thing and just peel off the top card. I'm exaggerating, you don't need to go this far. And again, to ensure you're only grabbing the top card, only one card, I'm making pressure with the index and middle finger against the thumb. Just peel it off to the side, and then the whole pile goes face down. Put it there. Turn over the whole pack, peel off the top card, and then turn everything face down. And you have 2 remaining cards, and repeat the process. Now, I noticed several magicians, they put in a lot of pressure when executing this count, because when they peel off the top card, it seems like they are brushing, they are even bending the cards this much. That's not the right way, I guess, in my own personal subjective opinion, but that's how magicians do it, by folding the whole pack. The index is squaring the short side and the middle finger is squaring this long side. So you don't need to be really worried about it. Just let it go, and with this finger push everything face down. That's it. Okay. Flip over everything, peel off just the top card, and turn over. But it always becomes handy depending on the situation. Just make sure you don't fold the cards. You don't need to fold the pile, okay? Don't brush anything. So I hope you like these counts. There are several other counts, but not all the counts looks really natural. These ones go straight to the point, and I may show you more in other videos. Enjoy.